live. Hopefully, that's all working now. I will check it out. That's a good feed right there. She might be on the back deck watering. Well, how did we go here? Okay, so that's YouTube. All right, so we're going to go off here. That's Facebook. Which this I have to go off in Messenger. Let's go to YouTube. Here we go. Just hope it's going. We'll hit this right here. YouTube. Let me, okay, we're on YouTube. Can you find her? All right, that's working. Turn that down. All right, and then we'll get that. Welcome, everybody. Let us know what you're sipping on and where you're from. Tonight's podcast, you can get your comments on. She's been looking all over for you. She's like out of the shower, running outside. All right, Martin Nash just texted me on that one. Okay, anyways. Isn't that fun? It's always fun. You can get your comments on by responding with a super chat. Cheers. There we go. All right, I got that going. Welcome, everybody. I got a decent amount on already. I got that going. I got to get that out of the... Let's make sure I get that out. I'll start recording over here. I don't like start streaming till we have a guest. So I've got that. Hey, John, how is the video? Is the video on YouTube seems good? How is the video on Facebook? Are we good? I'm thinking we are. And then yes, the smoke is terrible. If anybody's been out in the Ohio area, I don't know if it's gotten down, but these... All right, someone said hi. Let's see who we got. Let's see, XNF Skyline said hi. We got, I'm just gonna we're gonna do our sponsors real quick. So tonight we're doing Augusta, and we'll start at 8:30. It's the time that we start, 8:30. Augusta is a fantastic bourbon and whiskey with fantastic staff and everybody. And thanks, Mark, for letting me know that. And we will start at 8:30. The guests should be coming in at about 8:15. But right now we are going to do our sponsors, Whiskey Thief Distilling Company in Frankfurt, where their main distillery is. You got to check them out. It's a barrel pick all day, every day. They also have their tasting room in Louisville and in the New Lou area. Both places fantastic. Both places you got 5 barrels that you walk in for the price of admission or a tour, and you basically get thieved directly from a barrel, all 5 barrels, samples right into your glass. You taste them. If you like one, you even can revisit to see which one you like. And if you like one, you can bottle your own. And at both places, fantastic whiskey. That's pot still whiskey. You do the tour in Frankfurt, just an experience. They have great people, great bartenders, great food trucks, food, music, everything. Whiskey Thief Distilling, you got to check them out if you're in Kentucky area, the Louisville and the Frankfurt area. Whiskey Thief Distilling Company is exactly like the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, uncut and unfiltered. Now, if you're in Ohio, Middle West Spirits just finished their not just finished, a couple of years ago, finished their 80,000 square foot distillery. It's running full out. We took a tour, got to do Steve Frederick took us around. It's super great place, and their whiskey has always been fantastic. Middle West Spirits, on the shelf in all 48 states. I was in Michigan. It was up there. They're featuring right now their cask strengths. Their cask strength 4-grain wheated bourbon, their cask strength wheated wheat whiskey, and their cask strength pumpernickel rye. All fantastic. Right around $54. You can't go wrong with this cask strength. You got to pick some up. Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio. If you stop in there into their craft distillery where they're doing tours and tasting still, you get and then they also have their service bar restaurant. You gotta check it out. Fantastic bourbon and whiskey. Their Michael Owen brand is amazing, and they've just acquired the OHLQ brand, which they are putting out some of their stock that they blended right now. And this bottle right here is the punch cut, and I can't wait to be able to do this online. And then we brought on the Neely Family Distillery. Neely Family Distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. Royce and Rebecca, fantastic. They've been a part of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. If you watch us, they've been on multiple podcasts. We love to hang out with Royce and Rebecca. Rebecca has been nothing short of spectacular for us. But the Neely Family Distillery in Sparta, you got to stop in. You say hi. They got all different type things. Barrel, you can do bottle your own straight from the barrel. You get to see an old absinthe still that they run. You get to see their pot distill, and now they got their 3-chamber pot still, one of only a couple in the United States. I can't wait to see what Royce is going to do with that 3-chamber pot still, and that is the Neely Family Distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. Now, we also have, you got to check out this podcast. We got a podcast. It is the best of both spiritual world and the spirits world. It is, if you have ghosts, you have everything. Alan Bishop brings you, in his season right now, interviews with people that are in the spirits industry and their spiritual encounters or their different type of encounters that are strange. And he does a great job. And you got to check out, if you have ghosts, you have everything on Spotify and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. And then he also has his One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute, where he talks about home distilling, commercial distilling, everything about it. If you have a question about yeast strains, if you have a question about barrel maturation, he's going to be able to answer it. You ask it on one, while he's doing, you leave comments on one of his videos, and he reads the comments. And on the next one, he will answer the questions. And Mark Morgan says Alan Bishop is awesome, a great guy, and I would have to agree. No, I have not been able to visit Horse Soldier yet. That's for sure. And then, so Mark's been leaving comments as we go. So I'm ready to go. One of the things, this Augusta right here, I was able to pick up. I'm so glad. So we go from Augusta, the Buckner, and this one, I love their bottles. They're awesome. And they have this right here is their 10-year. I've got their 13-year, that original that I picked up. That was our friends at Revival Vintage Spirits. They did a barrel pick, and this barrel pick was fantastic. We did a podcast to introduce it that day, and that's where I met everybody. I met Matt Groves there, got my bottle signed, and I still have a little bit left. But this bottle here, now I've got I should go grab real quick since nobody's on yet. I should grab my other Augustas because I got the Kentucky Bourbon Festival pick the one year, and then I got Old Route 8. I mean, so let's see. Here I come. I'm coming back. So we got a lot of and we went to Augusta with Walker, and Walker's on this a lot. And it's just a great distillery, great experience. And they hiring Alec Castle as their master distiller, I think was nothing short of genius what they're doing. And this right here was a pick from the state of Ohio that CT was on. It's 119.9 proof. I mean, it's 120 proof. I don't know. 119.9 is the best of both worlds. 59.95. And Mark said he's had Alan on his podcast before. Yes. And Alan, I think I was counting, and Alan has been on our podcast, I think 10 times. I know that Randy Prassy is tied with Alan for the amount of times. And then Greg Schneider, who I believe has been on 12 times. It might have just gone to 13 with the 4 branches that he did just recently. So Greg Schneider holds the podcast guest. And Greg Schneider's on, he listens to this podcast consistently. And so that's kind of exciting. And someone asked, why are you drinking? Well, the reason why I'm not drinking. I mean, I sip, but I wouldn't consider myself a drinker. A lot of people, there's special occasions that I will indulge a little bit, but overall, the whiskey lifestyle, my friend, is all about sipping, relaxing, little bits, it's not mass consumption, enjoying the spirit. The spirit is meant to be enjoyed. We also have done a podcast, as John knows. He's getting ready to sip the Buckner's 10-year. But as John Ritt knows, is that in smaller quantities, alcohol, especially bourbon, is healthy for you. I mean, as soon as you overindulge, all those things go out the door. I admit, you hurt your liver and everything. But overall, sipping on, having a couple ounces in a day and sipping on it over, half hour, 45 minutes is not an unhealthy thing. It's actually healthy. So that's where we're at with that. So that's the question on YouTube that I answered. That's what they always ask, stuff like that. But that is the answer why. I'm going to open this and get ready for it. And maybe I can get it a little bit of air. I will do the normal. I just picked this up. I was so excited to be able to get this. I went and I was wanting to get it. My place drops Wednesday. I didn't get it on Wednesday. I went there after I worked out today. And through my workout, and I got a shower and went over there, and it was there. I was so excited. This is the one CT's excited about too, because he was on the pick. It was a single barrel Buckner's 13, I believe. I want to say 13. But then there was this. This is their small batch. And I'm excited about the small batch. This is the small batch pick for the state of Ohio. But I'm excited for this because they also have the Route 8, but still they have a lot of single barrels. And this is, when you hire Alex Castle, and she's going to be on in a minute, so is CT. When you hire her, just think about that. Oh, here we go. We got somebody coming in. Who's the first person in? I can see. It's CT. Good. I like it when you beat the guests in CT.
Yeah, it's usually the case.
It wasn't last podcast.
Right. It wasn't last podcast because Greg got on way early.
Oh yeah, he got on at like 5 to 8.
That totally jacked up my rhythm.
It jacked up my rhythm too. I was like, what? It's like, how can I do this?
Yeah.
Look,
yeah,
I got my Augusta hat. See?
Yeah, mine's in the back there.
Is Augusta spelled the same way the Gulf?
Yes.
Okay, so this could be worn at both places, right? Augusta, and then wear it
Yeah.
at Augusta.
Matt will talk about that because they actually, I think he went down there this year. But he did because they ended up getting invited down and then went to something afterwards and did a barrel pick with somebody at the golf tournament.
Well, that is cool. And
Yeah, so
and how cool is going to Augusta when you, as a brand ambassador, when you work for a Kentucky distillery called Augusta from Augusta,
yeah,
Kentucky?
and Matt was that's where he grew up. His mom and dad still live in Augusta.
On the golf course?
No, I mean in Augusta, Kentucky.
I know. I know. So you see what I got, right? I got it. Yeah, I got the small batch. I went out and it was there. And I mean, I want to say
$59.99.
yeah, I was like, that's, when it comes to, and it's got Augusta and it's a small batch, and you hire, you're a single barrel company, and you're making a bunch of whiskey, and they have their river, what is it, the river blend, or that brand.
I don't have that one back there.
But you can pick that up at the distillery, and that one,
Yeah.
but it's like you hire Alex Castle. Of course, you're going to have a small batch.
Right. Well,
and
the small batch, the great thing of this, and they'll talk about it a little more, is that bottle is a 7 and 8-year-old distillate. So for that age statement, for that price, at barrel proof too. So this was not proof down.
119.9.
Yeah, and I picked
as close as you could get it to 120.
I've got a small batch here that I got at the distillery that day, and it's 123.9.
But you were part of picking you liked this, right? For Ohio?
The 1 year drink that you have in your hand, I actually have that. I probably did as many tasting notes during that pick of anything I've ever done because we had 9+ barrels to taste through and then blend. So the tasting notes were really important because there were certain things that were not working and then they were working. And so that took a while. That was a process.
So Junktopia says he has to pick between a Stag Junior of 25B or 26A. Which one? How about 20? I think I go with the 26A.
I honestly can't remember on the Stags. I'd have to go back and actually drink them again.
Well, 26A, I've heard good things about, but I haven't tasted it. I mean, it's 26. I have not got a Stag this year, except I got to taste it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I haven't had 26A either.
But
I love these new bottles.
I do too.
The bottle for the small batch, and it's the same bottle that they are using for the wheated as well. And
the wheated. Oh, you know what? I should have got. I'm kicking myself because there's a wheated Augusta that was a pick for the GT store, Grand Traverse liquor store there, and I looked at it. I think it was the same thing, and I passed on it, and I should have taken it, but I knew you had told me, and I had already gotten the email that the Augusta was going to be, and you had told me that, so I went with this.
Yeah, this was my favorite, but the wheated is really good, and it's also high proof. I think mine was 114, but I'm sure, and it's a single barrel wheated too, so I'm sure they vary all over the place. But I love the bottles though. I like that bottle better than the bottle that they use for the Bourbon Festival.
Yeah, I've got that one too. That pick that you were on, I was able to pick that baby up too for Kentucky Bourbon Festival. But I will say that just before they get on real quick, that you hire Alex and all of a sudden now, a single barrel company has a small batch. Well, I'm going to say, and then if you look at Whiskey Thief, they hired Kelly and now they have gin. and good gin, but they also hired Lisa Roper Wicker. And yeah, and all I'm gonna say is that you're probably gonna have a small batch from Whiskey Thief at one point. If you hire Lisa, it's one of her talents, right?
Oh yeah, there's
You can't
there'll be,
waste talent like that.
yeah, they'll have all kinds of stuff like that coming.
Okay. And then, hey, Randy, good to see that Randy's on tonight. So there you go. He says, hey, Tiny and Chris. And then he's going to be drinking his Augusta 17 with his friend Randy Hubbard. So the Randys are doing some 17.
I think the barrel pick, I'll have to remember that one's 15 or 16 years. The one from Kentucky Bourbon Festival for last year.
A 6, yeah. Well, I remember
And
that.
one, the year before was a 15 or 16 because they oh yeah, the one was a 15, and this year's was a 16, I believe.
Okay. I got them all.
We can get clarification from the.
But I still have this bottle here. And this is Revival. This is where I met Matt for the first time. And I'm hoping, because Matt Groves looks exactly like my best friend from since childhood. A person I knew, that I remember the day he was born because our mothers were friends. So I remember being told that he was put on this planet. Been my best friend. Him and Matt look so much alike. When I met Matt for the first time, now Matt's way taller and a lot younger. Okay, but still, it was almost like talking to him. That kind of thing. Hey, Alex. So I'm hoping that afterwards, Steve comes on and they get to meet finally. She's there.
I'm here.
Hi, Alex.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Good. Are you wore out yet?
I'm so tired.
Now, you're traveling again tomorrow, aren't you?
No, Matt's doing that by himself.
Ah,
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
There he is.
Sweet. What's cracking? What's popping?
Augusta.
Just new bottles, man. We're just popping bottles here.
Yep.
Hey, that's what we should be doing. I'm popping old bottles tonight.
I have them too. Matt, I'm going to be revisiting this bottle.
Which one? Turn the side label to me. Is that the Revival?
Oh, it's the Revival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Gee.
that's the day I met you.
I know. That was, back with a different group of founders too. Well, at least one different founder.
Yeah. I think he signed it too.
Yeah, most likely. That was something he would do.
I got to get Alex a signed bottle by Alex now.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
I have a signed bottle by Alex, but it's not Augusta.
There's a couple of those floating around.
It's when I met you at the Rippy House.
Oh, shoot. My first time or second time? When did we do that?
It was the second time because it was almost the transition. Like literally, I'm like, oh great, blah blah blah, and then she left. She's now.
So that was the day I interviewed at Augusta. I literally drove out to Augusta in the morning.
That's so
I got back just in time to do Rippy House.
That was a great time too. That was a fun event, and that was the night that I went down to a basement. That I'm like, there's a basketball court down here. I'm out. I'm out.
That house is nuts.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't cracked any of my desk bourbon in so long. I very seldom drink bourbon at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I almost never drink bourbon at home.
You're on the road. You're on the road.
On the road all the time.
60 days a year.
Kind of like Alex. Like you do it for work so much, and you're like, I'd rather sit down and have like a glass of wine if I'm gonna be drinking at home. And most of the time, I just don't drink at home.
Yeah, the other day, we both just looked at each other and were like, "Do you want a beer?"
Yeah. We went to an account. To be fair, we went to an account, but we ordered beer.
All right.
It happens.
Because can see
Nice.
that. That's what I'm having. That's an Old Route 8 first edition. So,
Oh,
How do you know if it's a first edition or not?
it
because it'll
says
say first edition.
on the neck.
Down, well, it says on the neck, and then down toward the bottom, it would say
Oh.
first edition.
Oh,
So
wait a
this would
minute.
have been
I got the
bottled in
first
June.
edition.
Do you?
Where's?
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
it says first.
Yeah. Yeah. So that
I
would've been bottled in
don't.
June 2023.
Mine's 116.6. Is that what yours is?
No, 124.6. I've got
Oh.
barrel number one. I've got barrel number 19. 19.
I have bottle. Mine says bottle 91, barrel 3.
Ooh, you've got barrel
Oh.
3. Damn.
Yeah,
That's the
Yes.
third barrel of Old Route 8 that was ever bottled.
yeah.
Wow.
Let's see.
I'm gonna put that up. I'm gonna put that up here on my shelf with my other barrel.
That's a relic.
Where do you see the barrels?
So on the front label, it should have bottle number / barrel number on the right hand side.
Oh,
just above
Okay,
the-
so this is bottle 58, barrel 14.
Oh, there. Oh,
So
we
you
got
should have.
early
Well,
barrels.
that could be traditional though, of the first traditional bottlings.
Just barely.
Yeah, but a very yeah, for sure.
122.8 on the Route 8.
Nice.
The more, this is like that show when we were kids. The more you know. You know, have all these
Y'all are
bottles.
doing the Old Route 8. All I have is
You're
my
going small batch
award-winning
OHLQ?
Small batch. No.
Oh, is that the first?
no.
Is that that?
I got that today.
Oh,
Nice.
So good.
wait. So Alex, is yours 26-01? That's what I'm drinking right now.
Yeah, that's
So that is our competition batch.
Oh, that's the one I'm drinking.
that's the one that's been winning all the crazy awards.
I was kicking myself. I was in northern Michigan last week, and I was at GT Liquors, and they're at Grand Traverse. It's right by my it's up in Traverse City. Okay,
Okay.
so my son lives up there, and we were there, and they had a barrel pick there. Plus, then they had a version of this with the new label that was for them. I'm pretty sure. Can a liquor store do a small batch?
They can, but that one has not. I can tell you that. Nobody in Michigan has done their own small batch yet. So,
Okay.
that's
So
interesting.
I saw the label and I was like, I should get that, but I'm like, but Ohio's is doing one, and they had already released the email. So I was like, okay, I waited to get back for it and got it.
For sure.
There is a this small batch here has a little bit of a almost like a candy sweet tart thing going.
Oh, it's so freaking good.
Like you don't get a candy sweet tart in a lot of things you drink, but this one has. That's fun.
I'm gonna put it in the Ohio in a Crystal Glen.
Nice.
Oh, fancy.
There you go.
This is not to brag, but this is a Tiffany rocks glass that was gifted to us when we got married.
Oh,
And I prefer drinking out of rocks glasses these days. So
I will do the rocks glasses, but what's been happening to me is I have so much glassware. We ended up at work because I'm in recycling, getting the returns on Amazon, and just glassware comes in. Like, it's unbelievable how much glass.
no way.
Sometimes
Did
it's
you just snag it?
Oh yeah, it's just like whatever.
That's
It's like, oh, there's this. I got this sword decanter. I mean, it's just like, and I couldn't believe it wasn't broken. There was nothing.
Sure.
But then there's glass. Sometimes it's on a return, or if the box gets damaged, they won't take it. And sometimes
Right.
it's a 4-glass set, and there's 3 glasses that are good, so
Yeah.
I'll usually take 2. Because now I have a couple drawers, a dresser drawer set up for all my glassware that I just open it up and look in and see what I want. Now that's full.
Yeah.
And they make some really cool glasses, right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
of all the times that we have been on camera together with you guys through the years, like whether it be a live or we've done podcasts at the festival, I think this is the first time we've done it in our traditional format, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's always been on the road.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice to be able to sit back and not have background noise like crazy, like at KBF. They should have. Oh my God, I can't even
Well,
hear you speak.
I was lucky enough to go that day and do the early Saturday morning podcast with Alex. She came out and we did that. And the distillery was pretty quiet that morning. So it worked out good. So I appreciated you coming out on a Saturday morning. Not always do the master distillers want to do things on the weekends.
I don't always want to do it, but for friends, absolutely.
Well, when you live 10 minutes from the distillery, it doesn't hurt.
Well, and it was worth it to me because I drove 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah, you did. That's right.
Because I mean, and you guys, I've made it. I've done it twice. I've gone there twice, and I try and make it a stop because you're kind of like when I'm coming down, I would go all the way down to Cincinnati, and then I'd come up, or I go across in Maysville and come down, but you're in the middle. so I can, I'll always be
through Georgetown and then get on a ferry.
On a ferry. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, we got one.
One of these days, I am gonna do that one day. I have yet to do it.
That sounds like a really good live. The ferry to Augusta.
You should be going back and forth.
Yeah.
Just bring a lot of cash.
Yeah.
$7 each way.
$7 each way.
Yeah, like the Griswolds when they were stuck going around the thing in London. It would be that, but on a ferry going back and forth, shore to shore.
Oh gosh.
All right. Well, let's get the actual podcast started for everybody. Okay.
Cool.
So like normal, I've got I'll start. There's a sponsor ad that we won't hear. Then you'll hear our theme song and maybe kind of see it, and then we'll just lead right into the podcast. Okay. Here we go.
Drinking bourbon, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild, but it's sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk something, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon boys. Raising hell, making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
All right. Welcome back to another podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Oh, this podcast I've been looking forward to almost my whole life. So we have Alex Castle, master distiller of Augusta, and then we have Matt Grove, super good friend of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and we've hung out and done something. Matt Groves is the brand ambassador for Augusta, correct? I got that down. Yes. And then we also have CT here wearing his Buckner shirt.
On brand.
I'm bringing the cleanup. I just
Gotta be on brand.
No.
I'm on brand because I actually have, you can't see it, but I got a hat on. I could go like this and maybe, does that pick it up? No?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I see the logo.
There you go.
I think that's a woman's hat.
Thanks.
Watch it. My husband loves that hat.
I love it too. I can't wear it too often because it just, white hats, but I save it for the special occasions, especially because if I'm wearing a white shirt in the summer, it's always I got my specific white hats. And it will keep you cool, that's for sure, opposed to wearing black and just sweating. But anyways, good to have you guys on. This is something it's exciting because of where you guys have been. Where I first met you, Matt, when we did the podcast at Revival for their it was their barrel pick that they had done with you, and it was a hazmat.
Yeah, a very early, one of the earliest barrel picks that we actually were even a part of. Before we knew that single barrel selections were going to become such a deep part of our identity. Yeah, our friends Brad and Anna over there at Revival, some good friends for sure.
Yeah,
hard to believe has it been 3 years ago?
Oh yeah, yeah. It has. That was in 2023. So yeah, that was probably this time 2023.
Yeah, right. I think it was right at I think we hit it on the way home from the festival. One or the other.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
So it was crazy because it was at the old Revival, not the new Revival, in their small little bar, and then we came up with AMSI. Was it? No, we came up with why am I having a problem with this? RD1, right? We came up with Barry Brinegar. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Now that he's not there and he's just irrelevant and I can't remember his name. No, I'm just kidding. No, we came up with Barry.
We love Uncle Barry.
So that was a lot of fun.
That day, that video, Brad and I'm trying to think of the one guy that works for Brad that's always up working the upstairs bar. But what's his name?
I'm gonna blank on it right now.
Jason.
But they love the video because there's a video where you guys are all talking in the background, and I'm trying to shoot a video of Brad opening some bottle, and he's like, "Shut up!" in the background, and he's like yelling at everybody. And that video, it turned out so fun because then Barry's like over here in the corner, just like sitting there hanging out.
That was a good crew, fun time for sure.
But that really comes down to what bourbon's about, right? Memories, things that we've done in the past. When we get together, I'm looking forward to Kentucky Bourbon Festival so much this year. You guys, last year that was like you guys killed it. I mean, it was, everybody always has their special things, and there was the releases that you guys had. All these people were waiting in line for these other releases. Nobody had any idea how awesome of the releases that you guys were going to release. And then when you released it, it was just like it caught on. You guys were like, the craft distillers are on one side, and then there's the big guys, and then all the other tents on the other. And last year, I think it was you guys and probably Dark Arts that basically had the just as much traction as the big guys were getting. And it's special, and to see Alex out there, and when you guys hired her, you kind of knew big things were going to happen, and we're getting there, right? And talk about that, where we're at right now. I mean, you just launch something that you weren't normally launching.
Yeah, I like to break the rules. I'm definitely a disruptor. No, it's been a fun 2 years for me to see the evolution of Augusta's done in such a short amount of time. And part of it is, we all know the industry's in a funny spot right now. Some weird stuff is going on, and a lot of us are just having to get creative. We're having to, figure out how to keep the consumer interested, keep buying, and get on-prem to buy us, all those things. So we're having to do things that maybe we didn't plan on. So like for us, small batch, we said we'd always be single barrel. And here we are, 6-barrel small batch. Now, I argue we approach small batch like it's single barrel, so I don't think it's too off brand for us. But we're doing some fun stuff. And if you thought we had fun drops at KBF last year, just wait. Just wait. We've got some fun stuff planned for KBF 2026.
Well, the small batch, the one thing that is unique for what you guys are doing, like you said, and kind of keeps true character to the brand, is that it's at cask strength. So, when you drink this small batch, and now I've had the pleasure of drinking several, different ones, and
you made one.
yeah,
Don't forget
and
that.
blessed to be a part of making one. Wow, what an experience that is, and for the price point, oh my God! I mean, when we sat there and you said it was going to be somewhere about $59, I'm like, wait a second, that can't be that cheap. That's cheap for what it is, especially in a brand that is very you guys have always had this little bit higher class because of having the Buckner's 13s and 15s and
17s,
the Buckner 17s and
20s.
So to come along with a $59 bottle, it's like, what did they do? Just fill it up with water? But
that is one thing you will never find. Dilution. No dilution whatsoever.
It's 8 years old, straight out of the, I think we said most of this stuff is 7 and 8 years old, isn't it?
I want to say that OHLQ batch actually was a lot like half 9-year-olds.
No.
It was half 9-year-olds,
I'm
almost
sorry.
almost 10-year-olds.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were aggressive on that batch.
They were like, yeah, I wish you would have taken the 6-year-olds.
That's what happens when the boss is not there. If you remember, Alex was not there for the OHLQ
Oh,
creation.
yeah.
And so
so there was nobody to control CT.
No, I left them all unsupervised.
Yeah, always a bad idea. Always a bad
I had
idea.
Ann to supervise me, and sat right next to me.
What good is that? I mean, you and Ann unsupervised, and then you have 9 and 8 years, and 8-year-olds at your thing. Do you think she's gonna go for the 6-year-olds? No.
No, they know what they were doing.
Yeah.
They know what they were doing when they're creating the OHLQ small batch before. But
So yeah, while we're on that, Matt, talk about it so that people know, because
sure.
You guys have just been on a Ohio tear here the last few days, doing some tours. I think you probably were. Did you open for AC/DC last night?
That's tomorrow night. No, we've been super fortunate to partner with OHLQ, the controlling body of liquor in the state of Ohio, and in creating and collaborating this custom small batch for them, the 6-barrel small batches we've talked about. The past week, Alex and I have been able to tour the state to some fantastic liquor stores, and we've been doing 2-a-days, right? It's not football season yet, but we've had 2-a-days every day this week, 2 liquor store tastings every day, and we're wrapping that up tomorrow. I'll be solo at 2 Cincinnati stores. One of them is Giant Liquor up in Mason. The other is Spirits of Madeira in Madeira, just on the east side of Cincinnati. So, but yeah, started in Cleveland Monday, made our way down to Columbus Tuesday. Alex wrapped up with me in Cincinnati Wednesday, and then we're putting a bow on it tomorrow. But we're seeing some incredible numbers. Bourbon is strong in Ohio. We kind of snuck in some weeded samples as well. So the brand new weeded single barrel that dropped alongside this small batch. There you go. That has been very well received. If you know Ohio, Ohioans love their weeded bourbon. Big Weller State. They are enjoying Augusta's weeded single barrel, I would say, just as much these days. So excited to see where that takes us in the state of Ohio, but been very well received. Excited for the partnership and continue that moving forward.
Well, and when you now I know why you were talking about the ferry, because you're probably taking. I mean, really, you're a ferry jump away from Ohio, so you guys are just right in. So to do all, it's not that far from where you're doing. Although if you go up to Cleveland, that would have been,
It's a hike.
yeah, that's a hike.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was driving back from northern Michigan on Monday, so I knew you guys were there, and then you were in Columbus, and there was no way I could do it because I was my first day back in the real world.
Yeah.
So I was
Leave the
bummed.
wildfire smoke back.
Oh God, yeah. Just today, woke up this morning. I'm like, it's not that. It wasn't that bad, and then about 10 o'clock, it all started rolling in, and that's it's not fun to.
Gnarly stuff.
I was
So,
outside and I got to breathe in a good 4 or 5 hours of it today. So it wasn't fun.
Matt, the small batch that the state of Ohio released, which kind of they did in conjunction with you and Alex coming to Ohio, and the Buckner's 13, correct? There was two things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those are out now, correct? So across
Absolutely.
the state of Ohio, you can
Yep.
find these at, and I think if you go to the OHLQ website, if you click on that little link, it'll pop up on the main page.
Yeah.
It'll show you where they're at. And
Absolutely.
listen, it's a plug, but it's not a plug.
Sure.
It's just for $59 for the small batch. If
Yeah.
you don't go buy that bottle,
Yeah.
I don't even know what
I-
type of bourbon
Sure.
to tell you to drink.
I will-
Because
Well,
that-
we've been telling people to get a backup as well, right? Because you're going to take it home, and you're going to say, okay, well, $60 bottle, you don't feel as bad opening it immediately and sharing it with a lot of people like you might with a Buckner's 13.
Right.
We get that Buckner's 13 and those Buckner's age statements that are older oftentimes can be associated with a special occasion or a rare event, that sort of thing. But this small batch is meant to move, and if you don't have a backup, you're probably going to regret it. That yielded, even though it was 6 barrels, it only yielded 1,080 bottles total. And the state of Ohio pushed all 1,080 of those out this week. So Buckner's 13, good luck finding that, because I'm pretty sure everywhere Alex Castle was signing bottles this week, we sold out or came very close to it, especially on Buckner's 13 and weeded. But by nature, the price point will leave some scarcity for that small batch as well. So, get batch number 1, but also prepare yourself for batch number 2, which I'm sure will come at some point.
Well, I will say that having it for the first time tonight, you guys have met. I mean, it's like the price point. So when I first saw Buckner's for the first time in my life at my liquor store, was before I ever met you. It was, I don't remember, but it was expensive. That's the first, when it first hit Ohio, and it was there for a while. And I was like looking at it, but I never ever knew what to do with it because it was very expensive, but I hadn't met you, Matt. I hadn't met anybody. And so I didn't know what you don't just always go and spend the kind of money that it was without knowing or tasting it, right? So as we've gone through this endeavor, I mean, your stuff, you have the 13-year, you had the 17-year, the 10-year, and it's all on the what would you say? It's on the upper level price point of really good bourbon, and it is really good bourbon. I mean, it's fantastic single barrel bourbon. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And if you have one, and it's not like I can get them all, but you always want to have one because it's so good. But this is so close. And now it's on the level of, completely of where you guys obviously have done your homework as far as where you wanted to be with the small batch price, because goes right in there on the cask strength small batch, the craft distillery, which is just that right there is probably the best selling point of any bourbons right now that there is. It's not Booker's or whatever, and it's more expensive. It's right in there, but it matches up with those higher end bottles that from the big guys. And right now I see everybody loving on that range, and you guys hit it perfectly. And then it's scary to me because I drank this and it's really, really good, on to the point where it's really close to your other ones that are on the higher level. You know what I mean? Definitely. Yeah, I would grab another bottle. I'll probably go back out and get another one tomorrow. But it's fantastic. I mean, the taste is right there with what Augusta should be putting out, and that's you guys are doing a great job.
And we said this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I was going to say is the main reason we brought out the Augusta Distillery line, the small batch bit, is we did recognize that we were playing at a higher price point, right? And a lot of people didn't know what we were. And so sometimes it's really, really challenging for a consumer to look at a brand that they know nothing about and drop $150, $200, $300, $400, right? Because is the juice going to be good? We probably all have bought a bottle and regretted our choice. And so we get it. And if you're paying a lot of money for it, we don't want you to regret it. So we saw an opportunity to come out with an introduction to the brand. And that's what the Augusta Distillery lineup is hopefully it is still quality. Everything we put out is going to be quality. But hopefully it's something that's at a price point that's approachable. You can take that chance. You can take that risk. And when you buy it and you drink it, you realize, holy crap, this is good. Then you trust us. And
Yep.
you're willing then to try that Buckner's 10, that Buckner's 13, 15, and graduate up to those. And hopefully eventually just enjoy the whole the whole portfolio.
And really, like, if you think about it, Augusta, different from a lot of distilleries, did it backwards. You guys started out with such a good 13 year, and you won Whiskey of the Year or Bourbon of the Year. Sorry if I messed that up. A few years ago, and it was like that put you on the map. Like people were seeking out that Buckner's 13 because it was just amazing. And then, wait a minute, there's more batches and there's different proofs. There's hazmat, there's non-hazmats. So it is kind of the evolution of what happens in the bourbon world, that you go from, okay, we're up here, but now let's find a way to bring in this other bottle. Again, at that price point, you're still getting 8 and 9 year old stuff. This isn't 4-year-old green. This isn't anything weird. It's good aged bourbon that I'm going to tell you. That was one, I told Jeff this before we got going. That was one of the hardest barrel picks I think I've ever been on. Most barrel picks are easy. And I think Ann Dimmick even said it. She's like, I did not know I was going to have to work this hard. It was a challenge, because to sit there and take 9 different barrels and come down to 6 and then to find the ones that complement it and work together is no easy task. It took a lot.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Right. Firsthand.
What?
Yeah.
So you're just making Alex look really good at at her job. I mean, yeah, you were doing her job for the day, and I mean that's just kind of. I mean, what makes
She left because she wanted us to do it for her.
I'm gonna say one. This is when I like things to make sense to me. So when I met you, Alex, when we did the podcast, I'm just walking out of there thinking, they do a lot of single barrels. She's distilling, putting stuff in barrels. There's no way they're sticking to single barrels. You don't hire Alex and just do single barrels. She had a talent for making really good blending barrels for really good whiskey. So yes, it makes sense that you will still do single barrels, and that is something. But and then when this happened, it just was like, yes, that's falling in place. There's a couple other places that are doing this. and it absolutely should happen. And I mean, you're talking truly a 6 barrel. So what is your other small batch? Is it 6 barrels? Is that the standard right now as far as how you're putting it out?
Yeah. So we're doing 3 to 6 barrels. So when I'm batching for what we call gin SKU, so just what we ship for standard PO or stored with no pick or anything to it, it's a 6 barrel. Because that's literally what my tank is capable of holding.
Okay.
But we do offer for the custom, we can go as small as 3 barrels.
And if somebody wanted to, and they were to cherry pick some of those barrels, they could do 7 because there wouldn't be as much in it if they got up to a 10 or 11-year-old that they wanted to throw in.
Correct. Correct. You could maybe squeeze in that 7.
Because there's
I'm
always
thinking,
those what would you say, entrepreneurs who want 7 barrel batches for themselves.
Very specific. Very
I mean,
specific
but
request.
let's get back to the state of Ohio. One of the things that you guys have done just this week, and what's necessary, and what I found that is a successful brand, and Matt, you know out of everybody, an ambassador of meeting people and having them taste good whiskey, and there's an experience, and you are part of that. And then you bring in Alex, who with her, and when people meet it and you do the signing, I mean, I will tell you, in the state of Ohio, the more you do this, the more people will absolutely choose what once again, there's so much to choose from on the shelf. You walk in, there are some good brands out there, but in Ohio, it's like once they met you, I mean, why does Buffalo Trace have to send Freddie Johnson up here signing and doing things? Because then you meet them, and then they keep the lock on. People keep buying it because not only is it good, they have their stuff, but then they're doing. So boots on the ground have always been, ever since Booker, like really kind of. It's when people choose whiskey and they have a face, they'll choose it every single time over something that they've never tasted before. And what you guys are doing, and what you've been doing, Matt, since I met you, is put a face on it of somebody you want to drink bourbon with. It's just like every time I'm with you, we have such a good time. And the same thing with Alex, and now you guys are doing all the distilling, and you guys have so much capacity there. It's fantastic.
For sure. Yeah, I think, there's one thing for me. I get to talk about home, right? I grew up in Augusta. It's my hometown. It's where mom still lives. This is the career path for me that has blended the lines of personal life and professional life more than I think I ever imagined. And so, I've got that angle, and that's always a very special angle for me. I will never grow tired of seeing our bottles on shelves and in people's homes across the country and around the world. That is, I think, one of the things I'm most proud of. But it adds an entirely different level when, I get to say, "Come on, Alex, you're coming with me for this one." 2 Illinois trips and one on the way this year. She's about to take off to Minnesota. There is something special. We went a while as a brand without having that presence, right? Without having Alex, without having a distiller who could go out and tell people, "Hey, trust that we're putting the best bourbons in the world in bottles right now, but also trust that you have somebody here who knows how to make the best bourbons in the world and is going to be bottling those for the future of Augusta." That adds another layer to this, right? I can go out and be anybody's drinking buddy, but what I can never do is bring the chemistry and the science and the input the master in any of this. And so it's been an absolute game changer because you're spot on. It's personality driven, liquid to lips interactions. That's what it is. That's how we go from shelf to home bar, from shelf to restaurant bar. And that's what it is. And Alex can tell you that's what we saw very unexpectedly, admittedly, in the northern reaches of Ohio, all the way down to Cincinnati this week. Because those tastings, Alex will tell you, were at bizarre times.
They were the weirdest times I've ever done. You know, like 12 to 2,
Yeah.
2 to 4 on a Monday. And when we get to the store, there are people waiting for us.
We're
Tuesday, someone was
professionals.
there an hour before.
We're professionals.
Before we started.
I mean, there's
I
a
was blown away.
There's probably people who took the day off. To
Well,
just
and
do-
that's my takeaway from Monday and Tuesday is that no one in Ohio works.
no, the bourbon people with drops, okay? We have the same thing. There's a group and section of retired people or people who work third, and they do the morning drops, and throughout the week, bourbon drops all across the state, and there are lines on a Thursday morning at 9 o'clock that they'll wait till 12 o'clock for the truck to show up, and they have the retired people who have breakfast clubs. They do the thing. They go out to breakfast, and when you wait in line with these people, it is the bourbon lifestyle. People are they're collecting. They want the good stuff, and Ohio does a really good job of putting out the stuff. I've seen no let up in allocated or some of the cask strengths or stuff that's limited. There's been no let up in it. The people are still in the lines. They're still there for it. And it's Ohio really is seriously. I think at one point we'll even go up further because I think some states that were ahead of us dropped off a little bit, and we're not dropping off. Right, CT?
That certainly doesn't feel that way.
No, we have, I mean, Ohio itself has 40 distilleries within the state, I think is registered.
Wow.
And it's, you don't think that, but then it's overall influence from outside, and you guys being just across the river.
Mm-hmm.
You're almost Ohio.
Yeah, Kentucky.
We can see it.
Yeah, Kentucky is a huge influence in Ohio, so it's, but I think Ohio people are just, it's, we're not next to any major, things other than watching sports and hanging out with friends and family. So I think that they enjoy finding good product.
Yeah.
Well, with the sports teams in Ohio, we really need some alcohol.
With some of the sports, yes. Oh, yeah, let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Hey, growing up in the area, I'm a Cincinnati fan, so
Yeah.
I can say it.
I want the Reds to be good, but I can't want it for them.
I mean, at least the Reds at one point were good.
Yeah.
What's happening with the Indians is nuts. I mean, they're it's not like they're whatever, but and the same thing. Let's just go into the Browns. They're building a new stadium that they want to charge people billions of dollars to go to, and they put out a brand of football was like, it's just kind of like it's crazy. But anyways, that's neither here nor there at the moment. But the one thing you were talking about Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Are you guys going to be at Bourbon on the Banks too this year?
Yeah, I believe we'll be there. I think
that was my favorite time to meet you.
If I look at my calendar, yes, that was what a serendipitous meetup we had there at the Irish pub or something. Where I don't even remember. I was a few Miller High Lives in.
I'll send you pictures.
We were all a little bit in.
Yeah, because they also had a festival then, and I was having some burgoo. It was great. Yeah, that's it. That is a great festival, and we get asked that all the time, and I believe it's on the calendar. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I mean, it's just one festival. We'll see you at Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and then we'll see you there. And I'll probably try and make a time to stop off on my way home one of those times. So
you should. I will tell you, it's different, way different than last time you were there. Full bar with a really high class cocktail program.
Perfect.
Very comfortable seating. It feels every day like we're a little bit closer to where we've always wanted to be, but then we have aspirations to continue doing so much more.
What?
So
How's the outdoor?
always a work in progress.
How's the
The
outdoor?
outdoor's done. It's awesome.
Yeah, because that's
And-
one thing.
And like most distilleries, which we talk about this, the restrooms are on point and have been since you guys remodeled. Those restrooms are amazing.
Yeah, but there was a time. There
Right.
was a time where we
We are
used the old.
still so excited about this.
Every
Well-
time I go to the bathroom there, I'm reminded of indoor porta potties. I'm reminded of awful experiences.
I think when I was there the last time when we did the podcast, the restrooms were finished. I think
Yeah.
so
That sounds
because
right. Yeah,
because
that sounds
because that's one thing that nobody ever talks about that I know is that distilleries have restroom competitions because me and my wife probably about 3 years ago we used to like be traveling around and we'd stop we're like at the Quick Mart or a McDonald's or the gas station and I'm like, you know, we're not stopping at Quick Marts or gas stations anymore when we're traveling. I don't care where we are. We're just going to find a distillery, and that's where we're going to go to the bathroom. And she's like, that's a really good idea because distilleries have, it doesn't matter where you are. There's a few craft distilleries that just have average bathrooms, but there's no bad bathrooms. But most distilleries have these it's like an amazing bathroom. It's just like you're going, I mean, you go to the Woodford Reserve, you go to the bathroom, and it's like you're in an art museum. It's just like
I'm very grateful that cyclosporia or whatever the lettuce issue did not happen 2.5, 3 years ago when we had porta
Oh.
potties. Let's just put it
Yeah,
that way.
We would have been back in COVID lockdown.
So to touch base a little bit about Augusta, because people watching, not everybody knows, you guys sit right on the banks of the Ohio River. We talked about that. You can drive there. You can go all the way up to Maysville and then cut the bottle of your own, which is is it the River Roots?
Proof.
Uh-oh. Damn. Did I just lose my internet? Ah. All right. Connecting. Damn it. Hey, Rach. Fuck. Ah. Shit. Did it come back on? Okay. Let's do this. Let's get off. Let's go back to YouTube. I'm sorry about that, folks. Oh, I'm on 5G. So let's do Wi-Fi. Let's see. Jeff's iPhone. See if I can do it. I'm gonna try and come back on. I am recording, but now I'm. Okay, I'll wait. I got that hooked up. Let's go back to this meeting. Augusta.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
guys.
amazing. Oh, you back?
I'm kind of back because I'm using my cell phone. I might have a crappy feed. I don't know. Does it
Yeah.
look?
We lost you there for a
Yeah,
minute,
my internet went completely out right in the middle. All right.
So the other question I had in conjunction with that was, so right now, what is the oldest barrel pick that you've done year to date? Or
The
to
oldest
date?
barrel pick.
Yeah, like what's the oldest barrel that's picked?
Oh, there was one ever pick of Buckner 17.
Only one.
Only one.
Wow.
Yeah. And that went to Bluegrass Barrel Pickers. They were one of the earlier groups to jump on board and start scheduling picks with us. And that was a wild day because it was Alex's. Wasn't that your first day, Alex?
I think so.
So we had this group of guys in the old building while the release was taking place in the new building. And people were like, well, what are they doing? I was like, well, they're longtime customers. They're taking a barrel of this. And they're like, what?
So when you say the old building, is that where we did the first KDF pick in there? That's like where we park. It's kind of right there.
Yes, yeah. So that's where we had our first ever guest experience as well. Actually,
Yeah.
It would be 3 barrels, thievings, and then trying to hand sell bottles to folks, and had a fun story in there. Had a Nick Clooney video, a really good time. But that's also where we hosted some of those early barrel picks in the back when construction was happening, the building next door. And if I remember, the Buckner 17 launch was like in an active construction zone, right, Alex?
Oh yeah, we definitely still had tarps up all over the place. So
Yeah.
it was a nightmare.
Crazy stuff. But yeah, those were, you look back on those days, you see what we're doing now in terms of distribution across the U.S. And when I started, we were in Ohio and Kentucky, and that was it. And we had Buckner's 13, and that was it. And today we're proud to say we're approaching representation in 30 states, and hopefully signing on our third international endeavor very soon. So really excited to see how far we've come in such a short amount of time. Some days it feels really short, and then some days it feels like you've driven from the northern reaches of Chicago all the way back in one day, and then you realize you have. So
and one other thing that's pretty cool about Augusta, about the brand, is that for bourbon nerds, I guess this is a good thing, is that you guys, it's pretty much always been about bourbon. You're not making a vodka. Are you making anything else other than bourbon at this point?
Straight bourbon.
So
My God, you're awesome.
As crazy as that is, there's not a lot of distilleries that just do bourbon.
It's hard. It's hard.
Exactly.
It's hard to do it. It's hard because we're making a product that we want to age for 8 years
Correct.
and up. It's not an easy thing to do, and it was a commitment that was made from the get-go, and we're holding on for dear life to just do that.
Well,
And that's all.
I think when I was there with you that day, Saturday, one of the things that I noticed is that you were there now, and you were distilling. They kind of brought. Tell me if I'm wrong. They brought you in so that they you could consistently distill. Like they wanted a certain amount you to acquire a certain amount of bourbon that you're going to make so that as going forward everything they want to do is going to be accomplished, and you were starting that and you were showing me the barrels that you were filling and everything, and I really feel that again that the craft distilleries all have been in the sweet spot of this little bit of a let up on or what plateau. The craft distilleries all are making the amount of whiskey that is selling. You guys the craft distilleries haven't made too much, put it that way. People are on the trail, they come down to Kentucky, they see your place, you have to have a consistent amount of volume going on there. But then you have your single barrel projects where people are coming in and picking single barrels all the time. And then now that you have this, you're allowing small batches to go out and more whiskey, and then dealing with the state of Ohio. There's a lot of smaller people that aren't dealing with the state of Ohio, and I always think it's a mistake, right, CT?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. Yeah, you would want to be in Ohio above and beyond most things other than Kentucky. And not just because I'm a Buckeye. I mean, it's just that's the reality. Just like Alex said earlier about showing up to Cleveland at 12 o'clock on a Monday and they've got a line, and that just speaks volumes for where this industry is. And speaking of that, Kurt, our buddy who lives in Montana, said that you guys need to come to Montana.
Well, hey, listen,
Let's
twist my
go.
freaking arm. I've got
That's where the deer and the antelope play or something.
I got a fly fishing trip booked out there next month, so I'll be out there.
And he said,
Yeah.
and he said the person who designed your Augusta single barrel Buckner's logo, whoever did that needs a raise. That was his super chat that he put up for us. But yeah.
Nice. That's a beautiful bottle for sure. It really is.
Well, that's so many good things going on. You guys are killing it. I know you're probably wore out from the long road in Ohio, but we're excited to have you on and talk about it just because, just like this, people can watch this, whether they see it today, they watch it tomorrow when they get up in the morning. But again, we'll reiterate, go buy that small batch that the Ohio group picked. The Buckner's 13, if you're lucky enough to find it, I would get that as well. But if you can't find it or you don't get it, it's across the river. It's not that far to go to Augusta and get barrel picks that are in there every day. You can buy it. Like I picked up the small batch and the weeded when I was there in the gift shop. There's always product available. Yeah. And if you're there and you want to do a tour, you can do a bottle of your own. You can do just about anything. So
sure, absolutely. We welcome the visitors.
Yes, you do. So talk about.
Walker says something about a slushy.
Gotta love a cask strength slushy.
Yeah, he said I had a brain freeze on the slushy last time I was at Augusta.
Well, I gotta throw out to Walker. All right, so Walker did the thieving from the barrel experience, okay? And just so you all know, I take a little bit of credit for getting the word out about you guys, because that video right now is our second largest short that we've ever done. And and the other one was Hannah from Whiskey Thief. She had a 32 million video that we had done early on. But Walker's right now is at 21 million.
Wow.
And it was on for a year. In November, it kind of slowed up, but it's brought back steam. So every day about 24 to 30, even sometimes 40,000 people are seeing the video of him thieving at Augusta.
That's awesome. That's
That
some
is
reach
awesome.
right there for sure.
I mean, it's just like, so people know about you in Ukraine, they know about you in Russia, they know about you in India. So it really gets out. There's a lot of people that, comment on it and everything. So it's a good promotional video that Walker was a part of.
So
Love
if you
that.
get a
Thank you, Walker.
if you get a PO from the Ukraine, we would just like to, you can send us a dividends check or
We
whatever.
already have actually.
Oh, from the Ukraine?
Yes.
We shipped one pallet of product to Ukraine.
No,
Was it
Cheers, yeah.
two pallets of product to Ukraine. So yeah.
Could be
There's
could be based
there's-
off of that video.
Right. There's a little bit of Augusta bourbon all around the world. We've seen probably not necessarily legally. We've seen Augusta on venues. We've seen, very legally. We're in Australia. We've got a partner over there. And working on going up north. Up to our friends in Canada. And Alberta, which is primarily the province that's ordering American goods right now. So, working on those relationships, and we like to say we're next, right? If there's never going to be, if there's a place that there is no Augusta bourbon, that means we still have room to grow.
Yeah.
Jeff
And
and I were talking before, and I could not remember what was the thing that happened at Augusta this year when you went down to the golf tournament.
The thing that happened.
Didn't you say you went down to Augusta and then they were talking about how the brand and like, were you guys a part of the Augusta golf tournament, but you're like, no, we're from Kentucky and
Oh yeah, I mean we do that every year. We benefit from Augusta, Kentucky, having been founded a little over 100 years before Augusta National Golf Club. So, we can do what we can go down there and do that, and we definitely don't pretend to be from down there, but we have a great time and share good Kentucky bourbon with folks who are very receptive to it, a captive audience down there that week. And so we for a second straight year this year, and no plans to stop. Probably,
I wouldn't.
It's fun.
Golf and bourbon is a market that is being, right now. Used to be some of like Scotch and whatever, but bourbon has started to take hold in the golfing community. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you not go there? At one point, we're hoping you get big enough that you are just like the Kentucky Derby, you're the bourbon of the Augusta Golf Tournament. I mean, every single commercial will have Alex and you talking to.
Be amazing.
Get Jim Nance to do a voiceover for us.
There you go.
Hello, friends. Drink Augusta.
there you go.
It's oh yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's another aspect of what you're doing. Maybe tell everybody how they can find you on the internet.
Yeah, so of course we have our main website, AugustaKYDistillery.com. That is also our handle on Instagram. Facebook is Augusta Distillery, and then you can find me personally on Instagram, Augusta_distiller. And Matt?
Yeah, I'm Matt Drinks Bourbon, because that's what I do. Drink bourbon, talk about bourbon, sell lots of bourbon, so it's on brand. Yeah, and through that as well, if you are in states where we are not yet, and you are in a state that allows direct consumer shipping, we do have shipping, I think now in 48 states, and you can find links to that online. Like we always say, our first opportunity is for you to go to your local liquor store, wherever you like to buy bourbon. But we know that we're not at the point where everybody can do that just yet. So if you're in Montana, and now that I think of it, I don't know that you can get shipped bourbon in Montana, but if you can, order it online, or maybe just let me know and I'll bring some with me when I go fly fishing next month.
Oh, you're Kirk is gonna. I mean, Kirk throws out invitations to come to Montana, stay at his house, and do some stuff. He'll hunt, he'll
I
fish.
like stuff, like things.
He definitely. Yeah. That's what he does. Also, just quick go through the brands. If anybody, you guys have, you have a bunch of different kind of things going on, but just go through it.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a good starting point, something that we would call maybe the first rung or two rungs on the ladder to get you to our ultra premium bottles. Start with small batch. That's the Augusta Distillery cask strength small batch. 6 whole single barrels batched together for flavor. The vast majority of the time created by Alex Caskell herself, unless you find something that's custom out there. If you're an Ohioan and you like your weeded bourbon, if you're out there finding yourself having to get 6 different Wellers just to combine something that's single barrel, cask strength, and unfiltered, guess what? Now, for $80, you can find one bottle that has all the characteristics of 6 different bottles of Weller. And averaging 7 years in the barrels going into that program, we're really proud of that cask strength single barrel weeded as well. From there, you're going into Old Route 8, which is one of our flagships for the Augusta, Kentucky, to the rest of the world for generations. That's going to be anywhere from an 8 to a 10-year single barrel, just under 10 years. Because once you get into 10 years, you start talking about 10-year, 13-year when available, 15-year when available, and of course 17-year when available. Single barrels, again, everything bottled at cask strength and unfiltered. If you're coming to Kentucky Bourbon Festival this year, because we know many of you have really seen the Instagram post. No, that bottle on the Instagram post is not what is getting released this year, because that, if you zoomed in, was last year's release. So, what should you expect? You should expect a never before released age statement from Augusta Distillery that will be in a different bottle design than ever before. We're really excited about that. Our friends with Kentucky Bourbon Festival, including Chris, picked 3 different single barrels of that age statement, which we're not quite ready to release just yet. So you'll have to come to the KBF.
There was
What's
hardly anything in the barrels because we were shaking them around trying to get it out.
Yeah, Chris had one on each shoulder squatting them. So
That's normal for Chris.
But we're excited for another fantastic release at Kentucky Bourbon Festival, September 35th anniversary. Really special. Such a big, influential festival in the bourbon scene. So really excited to be back there.
What you guys did last year, we talked about it real quick, was amazing. I mean, it just like it caused and I look forward to it again this year. And Alex has already said, if you liked last year, I will tell everybody that you should just pay attention to Augusta and skip all the other lines and just head right there, because I will say the great aspect of your bourbon, okay? So everything, you got single barrels, they're cask strength, small batch, the 8-year, it's all about the how much, and it's just like your flavor profile of that big brown sugar, plus you've got so much of there's a little bit of caramel, but then there's a little bit of that of just the bourbon flavor. The balance of that, of what you guys have always done, has been fantastic. And then I swear to God, you guys were right there with hazmat. I mean, there's no doubt the hazmat was hitting and you guys were providing.
Yeah.
There were a lot of hazmat last year.
I mean,
blessing and a curse.
Totally unintentional.
Well, but it's all,
Timing was right.
and just think about the hazmat you're making right now with these temperatures. I mean, are you guys just pulling barrels out and just let them get in the smoke of the, and then you can call it the, you know what I mean? Just like pull them out, let them outside in the smoke for a while, put them back, and then you can call them,
Impeded Kentucky bourbon.
I swear to God, I went outside. I was outside in this, and it smelled like a cigar bar out there. There's a flavor. It's just like, what does that smell like? There's a vanilla kind of flavor. It smells like cigars.
To give you an idea of what we have a local distillery, a rather large one, and they were talking about that they just did a barrel pick earlier this late spring, early summer, with a group that came in and picked a barrel. It was 154 proof, and the group was really concerned that it was going to drop in value. You know, the proof was going to drop by the time they got it to bottle it. They went to bottle it. It's 159 proof.
Lordy, that sounds painful to me.
It does.
That does not sound painful, but in a matter of like 3 to 4 months, it went up another 4 to 5% in proof.
Sure.
Wow, that's how hot it's been.
I think Alex would tell you we're nervous to see what this is doing to some of her new fill.
Oh
Yes, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but it's okay. It'll be good. It'll be great.
You ain't scared.
Oh.
You know, let Mother Nature do its thing.
That's right. The single barrel way.
No, yeah. I mean, I found that, people, it's just like, I'm going to say this. It's like Florida has palm trees. Kentucky doesn't have palm trees yet, but, I think it's about time, we start getting the palm trees up here. That's, there's desert, but at the same time, it's just kind of like when they talk about global warming, I'm like, you guys are just being selfish. You guys all have the heat and the nice weather, and up here we want some.
No, they
I'm
can
okay
keep it.
not having
They can keep it down there.
Anyways, yeah, that's it's just like so we're pretty much at the point that we can finish up the podcast and end it. We do ask some people to come in that have been watching if they want to ask questions. If you guys need to leave, we understand. But if you want to take some questions from the viewers, they'll come in. I'll throw out the. I'm just somehow. I don't know why my internet went out, but I'm working it off of right now. I'm working it off my phone, and I did a hotspot to come back on. But I will tell you, I'll throw it out there, and we'll finish up. I'll throw it out there. Some people will come on, but once we're on, and you guys need to go, all you got to do is say it's time for me to go, and you're out. You know what I mean? Just feel free to go out. CT's really good at that too, but I know there's been a lot of people asking a lot of questions. So if you want to hang on, but if you need to go,
Yeah, let's take a few.
okay. So let me finish this up right now. All right, everybody.
What are you drinking, Matt?
What's up?
What are you drinking?
I'm having some Old Route 8 First Edition still. I've put a
gonna-
small dent in this bottle. This was fresh when I opened it. So
Yours is very similar to mine.
yeah, look at that.
Yours is a little higher, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to that one.
All right. WW.
Mine at 124.6 proof.
I was 122.1 on my Route 8. So www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, along with listen to us on Spotify, iHeart, and Apple. Whether you listen to us or you watch us, make sure you leave us good feedback. You can always join on a membership. Any kind of donations is we accept, and we put it all towards the podcast, our equipment, our travel, the bourbons that we review, and then also remember, good bourbon equals good times and good friends. Make sure you drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, and live your life uncut and unfiltered. And RAI will take us out.
boots on the floor, working hard all day till you can't no more. Life rolls on, but the choice is yours. How you play it out when you walk through that door. One bottle, one drink, one pour. That's what the Scotchy Bourbon boys got in store. Tuesdays, Thursdays, come pull up a seat. We'll taste through the whiskey on the rocks and knees. Bourbon, Scotch, or a good old ride. Japanese, Irish, yeah, we'll tell you why. So wherever you're sipping, near or far, tune in with us from your home or your car. One bottle, one drink, one pour. That's the podcast you've been looking for.
All right, I sent that out. I stopped recording there. Can end that. Thanks, you guys.
Did you
That
say that's an AI song?
yeah, I wrote it.
That's wild.
So
That's wild.
so I was writing. I use Suno and I write songs, Christmas songs and stuff, just for the and we do some music that way. But it was great because I was having problems and my wife kept saying it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? I'd write it, I'd put it in. So I had this idea. Write the words you want to say, and then tell ChatGPT to make it so that it'll sound good in a song, and then put it through Suno. And that's what it there was like 5 or 6 versions, and I was really kind of, it promotes the podcast, right?
For sure.
It's funny.
You'll have to show that to Jordan, Alex.
Yeah.
Not
Well-
bring that up to him at all.
Obviously, does he do a lot of social media and stuff for you guys, or what?
No, my husband doesn't do any of that, but he loves AI. He loves, perplexity, all that crap. He just gets into it. It's a dangerous rabbit hole.
I'm going to tell him.
Of course you are.
All right. I did send it out. It should be out, and I'm back on the internet. So my
There you
internet,
go. Nice.
as you can tell, I'm moving now. I mean, that's one that threw me for a loop. I have no idea what happened after that. I mean, all of a sudden it was just gone. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that did not work.
I just saw it said Tiny has left, and I'm like, oh, okay. See ya.
iPad 3 has joined.
All right, iPad 3.
Well, but I'm so glad that CT was here. Okay, there's Kirk.
Oh, you know what I thought about that? I'm like, oh my God, what if nobody had been on? It just been you.
We would
That
have
would've been
made
really
conversation.
entertaining.
Yeah,
They would wait. Okay, so I should say to the guests, especially if I have two, if I disappear, talk amongst yourselves.
Absolutely.
We will. People have a hard time getting a word in edgeways around me. I'm guessing you guys already figured that out. Hey, great podcast again tonight. I mean, you guys just keep doing it. I've read a little bit about Augusta Distillery now. Looking forward to trying your guys' expressions like every single one that's on these podcasts. And I find myself passing stuff up in the bottle shops, except for when they're really good managers and good owners that take care of me. Because I see a lot of these good bottles out at Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and most people or some are like me, that they like knowing the story behind the bourbon, because I'm a history buff for sure. So touche to what you guys are doing. Love it. I've got one question. Good to see you on here, John Ritt.
No, don't worry.
Here's a question here for you guys a little bit. What unique characteristic do you aim to achieve in your bourbon blends, and how do you balance the influence of different barrels and aging process to create a distinctive flavor profile?
That's for Alex.
That's It's for
That's a
me.
good one.
Definitely not for
Come
me.
on, Alex.
I'd love to hear Matt answer this one. This would be
I like the
fun.
bullshit
But,
with the best of them.
Matt's having technical difficulties. His internet just went out.
So one, we don't what we call blend. All right, we do have our small batch, so we do batch 6 barrels at a time. And what my favorite thing is about being a single barrel brand is I actually don't have to target consistency, right? That's the beauty of single barrel, and we approach small batch just like we do our single barrel. Is every barrel is unique. It's gonna be what it is, and it's gonna be a star in its own way. Now, I batch for quality. I make sure that my small batch is balanced. I don't want a one note. I don't want it to be too hot. I don't want it to be too weak. I need, it's got to be balanced. And so I do batch for that. And we do have a flavor profile we target. Again, as a single barrel brand, we have some leeway to get to have very unique profiles even with our batch.
That's a good answer. I love that. I love that
Well,
for sure.
Alex, coming from where you came from, you were at a bunch of different places before,
A
and
bunch?
Wow.
Is 3 a bunch?
Wow.
well, yeah, that is a bunch. I mean, and well, okay, it's
Once you get past the couple.
yes, but you stepped in many different places, right? So when you think about that, you as you step through those places and learned all the different places, but you come to Augusta, and I mean, the one thing when you came there, and it's kind of returning from where you were from and everything like that, but also Augusta is a big bourbon brand as far as taste, and so that is probably unique. I mean, you were at Wild Turkey, right? And that is, but at Wild Turkey, they have established kind of stuff, and they do have some bigger brands, but they have their brand. But here, I mean, you were talking about a higher level purchasing point of that they were existing at, and then they've got these just full out barrel strength bourbons just consistently across, and the bourbon industry had embraced that, no doubt about it. And then when you were there, was that a challenge as far as your palate goes?
Yes and no. One, it was refreshing to come to Augusta because my previous distillery, we strove to have a very wide portfolio. And so I was trying to handle a lot of radically different mash bills, not just bourbon mash bills, but different whiskey mash bills, vodkas, gins, different proofs, single barrel program, batches, cask strength, low proof, all of it. And that, you want to talk about exercising your palate, that was a lot. And then to come to Augusta, and literally my first week on the job, I think it was day 2 or day 3. Hey, we've got some barrels you need to taste. Cool, what are they? And they're 17-year-old. Okay,
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm in.
Let's do this.
Throw your egg in the fire.
Right? But fortunately, I had been doing a single barrel program for years, so I was used to evaluating barrels with cask strength. And in some ways, it kind of took some pressure off because a single barrel is either single barrel quality or it's not. And if it's not, you just kind of put it to the side and figure out what to do with it later. If it's single barrel quality, you just, here, go, sales, you can sell it. And so in some ways, it was kind of a relief to not have to figure out what to do in the early days with those less than stellar barrels. Of course, now with the advent of small batch, I'm back to being able to figure out what to do with those less than stellar barrels. But it wasn't crazy, and even in my past distillery, I feel like I had very high standards for a single barrel. I was qualifying 25% of barrels I tasted, which pissed my sales team off to no end, but that was my standard. And so to join a team like Augusta that had those high standards, it matched my standards. And so it really was kind of a very natural fit when I started.
The teal like this one, if you find some barrels you don't really like, you want to know what to do with them, mix them in Ambriana and honey barrels.
Oh, my.
You know, the one thing, Kirk, I don't have to worry about is there's no way Alex is mixing any of this in an Amberana barrel because she is way too good to let something like that happen.
Love it. But she just went up a few notches too. I didn't realize that as far as she was involved with wild turkey a little bit back in the day, because I'm a little bit old school, and I'll tell you what, wild turkey's got a corner in my heart for sure.
Yeah,
Always,
sure.
always.
Now,
So to give
it's
you,
good.
give you context to my time at Wild Turkey, when I started, Eddie was warehouse manager,
Mm.
and Bruce was a part-time tour guide.
You've been there for a minute.
So were you there when Ann Dimmick was there? Did you guys cross paths?
No.
Okay,
we
she
did
was
not.
there later.
But I was production supervisor, so I was also in a very narrow path. The only reason I got exposed to sensory analysis and product development is because we shared the same hallway.
Who would have known? Right? That's how it works.
Kind of like the hourglass figure, just real big and just squeeze it down real small for you, and that goes out big again. Yeah.
Was that your first place? Is that where you kind of cut your teeth, so to speak, in the bourbon world?
No.
That was a distillery.
I know where.
So Wild Turkey is where I cut my teeth on quality sensory analysis, barrel maturation. I really dug deep at Wild Turkey for that. Learned a lot about flavored vodkas while I was there too. But no, I actually cut my distilling teeth at what is now Town Branch.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Which is Lexington
I was there
Distilling, the Lexington Brewery and Distilling Company, right?
Yep, owned by Alltech. And so I
Mhm.
did my co-op with Alltech because they had the brewery at the time, Kentucky Ale, and was there when they brought the stills over, and I was cheap labor. So they had me help start up the distillery. I got to spend 2 or 3 weeks with a retired distiller from Scotland,
Mhm.
learning how to run the pot stills, which was just a freaking dream.
Those pot stills are beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think so because I had to polish them every
Yeah, but you're good at you probably distilled some single malt too at the time because
I did.
yeah.
We were not doing bourbon at the time. It was solely their malt whiskey.
Ooh.
And I built the first 100 barrels of what would become Pure Science Reserve, which
Nice.
no longer exists. It is now the Town Branch malt whiskey.
No, do you have any of those bottles just put aside?
I bought a bottle of Pure Science when it first released because I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I have a whiskey out there. But I haven't bought anything since. I've seen some single barrel like malt whiskeys out in the wild. I try to like backdate it.
Mhm.
I've yet to come across one that I think was mine, so I haven't bought them.
Well, what you did initially with the single American single malt is when that initially people don't understand. Pierce, that's what he did, and you guys won awards with that American single malt. I remember going there in 2019, and I knew I looked at the stills, I looked at what they were doing, and you looked at everything, and they were like starting to do bourbon. There's no doubt about it, but it still came down to that it was American. That's what they were initially set up to do.
Yeah.
We did a podcast just a few weeks ago, and with them, and Dave Bob took us through a single malt. He sent us a couple of samples, and one was absolutely amazing. I'll never forget it. It was like a raspberry sorbet kind of thing going on. It was crazy.
That sounds good. Dave Bob's a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's funny, man. That guy's hilarious.
You send you some Bourbon-ola?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he has a
I-
T-shirt.
I need bourbon on tap, dude. That stuff is crazy.
Yeah. It's dangerous crazy, Chris.
It is
It's really
dangerous,
dangerously
for
crazy.
Yeah.
sure.
I have not had the banana one yet. He was so excited about
Not
that.
even heard of that. Oh, boy.
That's the newest, and he was super excited to talk about it when he was on the podcast, but it's not available in Ohio yet. I literally had to, because, and you guys know this, with the state of Ohio, bourbon and liquor comes through a different distribution than does beer and bourbon-ola, unfortunately, follows into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a thing where it was like bourbon-ola, I go into stores in Ohio and I can't find it.
Right.
And then start rattling that cage a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's starting to pop up in places. So
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, cool about the single home.
Chris, did you have that? Was his single malt the 87 proof one?
Oh man, the one we did on the podcast.
Yeah.
I got it in the other room, but I can't remember because I tried to figure out how we could buy that barrel.
Well, I wanted to get in on that too, for sure.
Yeah, I did.
I'm not kidding you. That barrel was stinking ridiculously good.
Yeah, Dave Bob was here in Glen Ellen. Alex, I think you were in Glen Ellen at Malloy's not too long ago too, with Steve.
I was, yeah.
Are you guys coming back?
Good guys.
We are.
They're coming back. Do you got dates for that yet?
Actually, we do.
Oh, so can you say them?
Yeah.
If
It
you can
is-
remember them.
Yeah. The last Wednesday in October.
October.
Does that sound right, Alex?
October 28th, I think.
That sounds right. And it's actually, it's a barrel pick. It will be, Alex is hosting a barrel pick live at Malloy's.
Oh,
Nice.
John,
October 28th.
although you're at school, one more year.
My birthday's the day before. That doesn't mean I can't take a day or two
There
off.
you go.
There you
go.
Get to that Malloy's barrel peg.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Um,
He'll take these
great
guys
area.
over to Suburban too, and the speakeasy down there, man. That's great.
So
Fun time.
Seth is my son. He goes by Knobs on the podcast, and I left him when I was up there because I knew he was doing this podcast. I left him in my Augusta 13 from the festival last year. So have you put some in your glass?
I have not, and I am looking for it. You gave me so many bottles, I just get confused.
This one, it looks like this.
Looks like that. Okay.
The
one-
font on that's a sweet ass bottle, man.
I mean, I took a lot.
I love this, man.
It took a lot for me to give up that 13, but I'm looking at it, and I ain't giving up what's left of this hazmat. So I'm like, I'll send it. I'll let him have that.
I love
Oh, for
those kind
sure.
of bottles because it looks really good
You should-
on a bar that's got lit up shelves on it. It glasses through that bourbon so well. That's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey Matt, the one funny story. I don't know if I ever told you this. You remember these, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about this afterwards?
I don't think so.
So Dirk and I came up to the event that you had
Damn.
in Columbus, and so we come up there, and you gave out these killer coffee mugs.
Yeah.
So on the way home, our thing is always we're hungry, so we're gonna stop at a Waffle House. Every time we leave Columbus, we go to Waffle House.
Yeah.
So we go to a Waffle House, and I told him, I said, you know what? I'm taking this mug is so freaking sweet. I'm taking this mug in with me, and I'm drinking my coffee today from the Augusta mug. We walked into that. We were the only people in that Waffle House that night, and we sat down with our mugs.
Yeah, a
And
cup of
when she
coffee
came
there.
over, we were like, "Can you just put it in our mugs?" And she's like, yeah." So
Love that.
we cracked them open
Oh,
at a Waffle House.
love Waffle House.
Yeah,
There's a member of the Augusta-
especially that one in Frankfurt.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's why you were thinking of Amzie was the Frankfurt. That was the same year that we saw Matt there.
Yes, it
and
was.
we're at the pizza place.
Yeah.
There was a common theme that year.
Just sitting by myself at the bar.
Until we showed up.
And then we show up for Matt, and Matt's like, he's like, he's like, I need to take a moment because my food's coming and I need to eat. I can't
Yeah.
keep drinking with you guys.
Yep. Yeah, I was well imbibed with that vegetable.
I think you were there with Billy, weren't you? It was the two of you, and then
That was the second year.
Okay.
Yeah.
second year he was there. Okay.
Yeah, then we met you at that one bar, and somehow
Uh-huh.
again, like you guys were talking, we go all day at the Bourbon Festival, and then we're out that night, and we meet you at the bar. We're drinking beer.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
And then we had pizza again. So
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. Yeah, at a certain point, you can't. You can't. I've hit my stopping point on this for the night. I think I put a dent in there.
That's
So,
pretty close to
Um,
mine too.
How you feeling?
I feel great.
Yeah. Good home drinking every once in a while.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hey, I'm kind of curious, Alex. I had some clients out tonight, so if you already went over this, I'll re-listen to the podcast. So I apologize, and you can just say, what was it about your upbringing or whatever, that person, whoever it was, or just that actually got you interested in distilling and bourbons? And I mean, you went to Wild Turkey. That's not an easy feat. And now you're at Augusta, so I mean, that's even tougher.
Yeah, I blame my mom. It's totally up to her. So being born and raised in Kentucky, my parents actually took my brother and I to Maker's Mark when we were little. I think I was about 5 or 6 years old. Hated it. Oh my God. Do not take your kids to a distillery at that age.
Because they got to watch you drink.
Because it stinks, okay? Like fermentation room for a 5-year-old does not smell nice. They hand out what you think is fudge, and it's bourbon fudge. That's not pleasant for a 5-year-old. It's terrible.
She remembers this.
I do. I'm traumatized from it. But then get to high school, realize that the career path I wanted to do was marine biology was not going to work for me, and fell in love with chemistry and physics. And my mom said, study chemical engineering. I said, cool, what the hell do those people do for a living? And she said, make beer, make bourbon. So at 14, 15 years of age, I was like, let's fucking go. and I still, I don't know why. I still, to this day, could not tell you what about it, like, clicked with me. I don't, but it did.
It will at some point.
At some point, maybe I'll figure out what the hell it is.
I
don't know.
Alex, it's exactly why we're all here. It is the type of person, it's a special type of, so it combines what you learned in chemistry with then chemistry has a lot of formulas that make sense and whatever, but then it takes the abstract aspect of maturation. So you can go through, you got fermentation, which kind of takes you out of chemistry but you still understand why it's happening. But then you throw it in a barrel with 14 different staves from different trees or all the different
crapshoot.
Yeah. But that's the abstract part of somebody's brain that it brings those chemistry people, and it's only a select few. You're right up there.
And that, like, that is why I'm still in it, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's what has kept me in it. But to this day, I cannot tell you when I was in high school what made me think beer and bourbon, that sounds amazing. But I did. I set on the path, and over
It was the
time,
fudge. It was the fudge.
It was the fudge, yeah.
Guys, actually, it's the art and the science of it, the combination of art and science, which is what kept me in dentistry for 35 years.
And later on, 100%, that's what has drawn me in time and time again. But again, at the age of 14, 15, I had no freaking clue that's what it was going to be. I didn't know that it was art and science. There was something about beer and bourbon. It clicked with me.
Mhm.
And it was over time, getting into it, getting at Town Branch and Alltech, and then ultimately Wild Turkey and beyond, that I did fall in love with the fact that it was art and science because I've always loved art. I suck at art. Can't draw, can't paint, can't act, can't do shit. Love it though.
You're a stick figure kind of
I
person.
get that.
I am a stick figure.
But-
100%.
I can draw too. It
Okay.
took 4 years of dental school to do that.
Now,
Can
There
I
you
draw
go.
anything else but a 2?
now I'm
There you
Just
go.
the art and science.
Now I'm an artist. I come from an art background, commercial art, fine art, the whole thing. But then I'm a plant manager at a recycling facility for my cousin. So I understand art and I understand production because that whole production part of it is, and then you add the chemistry to it, and this is the most intriguing thing that I'll still go to work every day and enjoy my job. But then when I come on and do the podcast, this part of it is people just don't understand the culinary experience. You know, someone's like, "Why are you drinking?" And it's like, I don't drink, I taste. I experience, you know, you just sips and you get to feel, and then when you start to do pairings, it's just so much fun. And then it really comes down to what we're all in it for. We're people. And that's why you meet these people who love what you're doing. You meet the people who love bourbon, and they're such hardworking, straight to the bone, down to earth people that this is why you do it. It's just
And there's
it.
a very big part of historical significance into bourbon.
Yeah.
For sure. It's been in, Washington, it's been in every part of our country's history at one way or another, in the evenings, at night, sometimes in the morning. So I can see the science, I can see the art, I can see the craftsmanship of it and the historical significance. For me, it's the historical part of it. For you, it's the scientific part of it. For somebody else, we can follow genetics and we can follow hereditary stuff, but the psychological stuff, it's very hard. We don't have a grasp on it, but I'm guessing, Alex, at some point it's going to make sense to you why you said at 14, 15, but I'll bet you were kind of fun to party with back in the day. That's for sure.
So I will argue, Tiny, I'm not a people. I'm not a people person at all. I am such an introvert. This stuff is so challenging for me. But again, having been in the industry, I have learned that I do love the interaction. I do love talking to people about it. I do love the history of it. I love the advocacy. I've, spent 4 years in Tennessee being president of Tennessee Distillers Guild, trying to get laws changed. So I have learned so many different aspects of this industry that kept me coming back beyond the technical that first drew me to it. It is such.
When were you in Tennessee?
What?
I was in Tennessee from 2015 till 2024.
Oh.
So we know a lot of the same people. You know Tim Burchett?
Old
Name sounds familiar.
Old Dominic.
He was a state senator at the time, and you would have been dealing with him. He's now our U.S. Congressman. I've known him since he was in braces.
Yep.
30
Yeah.
years. 30 years.
But yeah, I was with old Dominic down in Memphis, Tennessee. So
Yeah.
That's where you became
4 of my
famous.
worst years of my life were spent in Memphis.
Alex
But I was also in dental school.
Alex became famous at Old Dominic. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then now you're
It's
working
about
with Matt. Now you're working with Matt, and Matt, now he's a perfect people person. I mean, you meet Matt and you want to be so I don't think you know this, but my best friend in the whole world, who I remember when I was 5 and he was born, because our moms were best friends also. So I remember the day. So we become friends throughout, and then he was a stock photographer and I was a commercial artist, and we worked together. And now he loves the bourbon aspect. He watches every podcast. I was hoping he'd come on tonight. I even sent him the link because I want Matt to meet him, because Matt is Matt and Steve are the same person as far as looks. And then as far as their happiness and their cheerfulness, their smiles are exactly the same. So it's just like, I wish he would have come on tonight because I was sending it, but he must have been busy. But Matt, at one point you have to meet Steve.
I know, but he'll get up.
But you're such a people person, so just keep rubbing off on Alex.
Hey, that's why I think that's part of the reason why we work so well together is at times where Alex might not have much to say. That's not a concern because I won't stop talking. So,
Exactly.
and with that, my phone's about to die. I'm going to run and put it on the
All
charger.
right.
I bid you all adieu. Thanks for having us on the podcast.
Yes,
Okay?
thanks. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
And Alex, if you have to go, that's
Matt,
fine.
Great. Matt, great to see you. You and I and Alex had a little conversation. I'll get back with you on that very soon.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Thank y'all so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks.
For everything you do.
Y'all have a great evening.
You too.
You too.
Thanks.
You too.
Good job, Alex.
Bye-bye.
Look at CT. What the hell? Who are you talking to?
He's still here. What
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck?
like you're usually out.
I was just getting ready to tell you guys good night.
Playing Angry Birds, leave him alone.
Nope. I'm actually answering emails. As we're sitting here, I got invited to a barrel pick at Augusta.
That's well, by who? God.
I'm like, I get this email that says, you have been blah, blah, blah. We are pleased to offer you. And then I'm like, oh, Augusta.
What do you think of that, Seth? Look at that thing.
October 9th.
146.3. Look at that.
Yeah,
I left him the one.
Not your lawnmower.
right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is gasoline. You gave me a thing of gasoline.
All right, just sip it,
Tasty.
tip it, just dip your tongue.
Well,
So-
I started out tonight with an old fashioned, and I just left it on my counter, and I came back in 10 minutes, and it was smoked.
All you had to do was put it outside. I mean, shit.
That's what he means. His inside smoked. He would. The pictures. Have you seen the pictures that were coming from Akron?
Yeah, Seth, are you guys fucked up there big time, man? You're right.
So,
in the thick
like,
of it.
It only measures to 500, but the guy in town who has his little thing says it's about close to 700. Whatever.
Oh, we had 700 and 800 here.
Yeah.
Unreal.
We're in the Burgundy, I call it.
Yeah, we're in the Burgundy. and red today.
One step away from plaid.
Yeah, pretty much a lung transplant in the morning.
Yeah, they said in Detroit that if you were out all day, it was equivalent to smoking one full pack of cigarettes.
Jeez.
Damn.
You could have
guys
caught
be
salmon
safe
and
and be
filleted and put it
careful.
outside and then smoked. So.
Yeah, it's so crazy. All the like flies and bugs and the bees outside are super, like,
Dead?
yeah, they're like running into the windows. I saw a bee just fall out of the air.
Yeah.
Well, we were.
You guys be safe and stay inside.
I don't have a choice. I came home tonight and I was like,
But you can wear a mask.
yeah, I could wear. Yeah, I could. But that's so freaking hot that I could wear a mask and pass out.
Hey, my
Yeah, you got to knock those particulates out. That's the
I
thing, man. It's
hate to
dangerous.
tell you guys, but I've watched my boys play football on a football field here in Montana, and you can't see the center of the field because
Mhm.
we got wildfires.
Well, I was watching the map that I went to a website that has the map of all the fires. Jesus, are we having some sort of Georgia has fires, Florida has fires, everywhere there's fires. It's just like kind of like what the
Absolutely.
there's a fire right next to Orlando. Is Disney World just being and Florida has fires. I mean, I understand that. I've driven.
I hope that Disney World is burning down.
Oh, you're awful.
I love
that,
Disney.
that place can go to hell.
Oh no! Last night, just so you know,
You guys
CT,
might see me without a fire.
you got to go to Disney World with me because there's
No.
nothing better. I was watching a 1973 promo for Disneyland or Disney World last night on YouTube, and I had Alice by me, and I'm like, watch this. And then I was intrigued by the Hall of Presidents, where Abe Lincoln is giving his speech, and they were showing all of it from 1970. I'm like, I want to go there.
No one go to Disney World with this guy.
No.
I
That is a
I
true
went to
act.
Disney World in 1975.
I went in
It is
1980.
Barely open.
I went to
That's when
in
Disney was
1980,
Barely open.
and we stayed at the Polynesian.
Walt was still alive, right? He was.
Oh, absolutely. When I went, he was.
1980.
85, 84, 85 was there when Epcot Center was not done yet.
Right. I went in
Correct.
1980 and then again in 1990 because Cassie celebrated her 4th birthday. And we went with an all-inclusive. It was insane. I think I
We went when I was.
Well, we went one day with you. We went one
Yeah.
day. But
only
we
got one day, Seth. Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
well, I was.
your
I'm
son's
already-
gonna benefit because we're taking everybody.
I'm not going to that. What are you talking?
What do you mean?
about?
I'll fly you there and we're gonna stay at the Polynesian?
Yeah, good luck with that shit. But listen, Alex had a good point about not taking your kids to a distillery when they're too young. The biggest mistake parents make is they take their damn kids to Disney World and they make the kids go to Epcot. What fucking kid wants to go to Epcot?
No, we didn't go to Epcot.
drink beer.
We lost one of our kids there.
Did you find him?
I'll tell you if you find them.
Somebody else walked up to us with our kid and freaking handed him off.
I will
Yeah,
tell
the
you.
underground network,
Hey,
they're like CIA.
Hey, CT. This Buckner's from the Revival at 141 is so damn smooth right now. I'm saving a pour for you. Look at that. There's just a little bit left, and you will taste this. This is insanely good.
Oh yeah, I remember drinking it at Revival that day, but but you're right. The thing that is so unique about those Buckner's bottles is the brown sugar is very apparent. The one that I have is not that
I
hot.
shared-
136.
I shared 2 Buckner's 17 tonight with a friend of mine, and they were both very, very good.
So, Randy,
But
are you
Yes,
going?
sir.
Did you sell your tickets to Kentucky Bourbon Festival yet?
I have sold everything but my President's Club.
Okay, so you're not going to Kentucky Bourbon Festival, but you're thinking of going to Bourbon on the Banks.
No, I said I've sold everything but my President's Club. I still have President's Club.
But you're trying to sell President's Club.
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
It all
Sounds like a
kind of depends on. I've put in and gotten time off from work so I can go. I just cannot make the bus tour too.
Okay.
Because I've got 4 hours left of PTO.
Yeah. And you
that's-
never know because you have some procedures coming up too.
They probably, yes. I actually have an appointment with a cardiologist next month.
Okay.
You got in, huh?
Finally,
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
today.
It sounds like with our medicine that we're getting like Europe where you got to wait in line.
It's crazy how long it's taken.
No.
It looks like I'm frozen, but y'all can still hear me.
I see you too. You're not frozen.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm frozen on my picture with my mouth wide open.
Let me pour some bourbon down your throat. So what do you think of that, Seth? The
I've taken
13.
There, we're unfrozen now.
Yeah, I put it on some ice, so I did proof it down a bit. Which I needed, but yeah, brown. It's almost like a rum finish.
I mean,
It's very
Bite your tongue.
sweet.
You're gonna get the sugars.
yeah. Yeah, the sugar.
That's
what-
the Buckner 13.
Yeah. From the festival.
143 proof.
From the
Yeah,
festival.
they're
43
burning
proof or
brown
which
sugars
one?
for sure.
What proof?
140.3.
Okay, because I've got one of them too.
Yeah, it's delicious. That's
I haven't opened it yet because I've got 2 17s open. and I'm finishing them first.
Well,
You guys have bottles to open? They don't come in half bottles?
God damn it.
That's fucking awesome.
It's a sun, right? It's a sun.
I get to pull off this little bit that was left on here and just like kind of feel it, you know?
Your pops just poured rum in it.
Yeah, it's just a bottle of
It's not
Sailor
really
Yeah,
Buckner's.
it's just Sailor Jerry's in a Buckner's bottle.
You ought to pour gin. You ought to pour barrel-proof gin in it.
No.
Also,
No.
I brought this out tonight. I'm not gonna have much if I have any.
Not that one.
This is my. This is the heirloom. It's their 10-year anniversary this year. So there's the 3 bottles you get in the club are all from the same, just different
Mash bill, different
mash.
barrels.
Yeah.
So it's a weeded too. They're all weeded. They're weeded, and the one I took home, it's every bit as good as Pappy.
Seth,
You won that,
Seth,
didn't
send
you?
me
Oh.
one. Pappy's not weeded. Seth, send me one.
What do you mean
I
Pappy's
love
not
weeded.
weeded?
Well, I only get.
It just shows what he knows.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, Pappy
But
is
I
weeded.
love weeded.
Pappy is weeded. Just so you know, Randy.
Yeah,
Pappy is
So
Weller.
it's mash bill too.
It's
So
the
Mash bill too.
It's Weller.
3 bottles, same mash bill, different barrels.
Yep.
Because it's the 10-year.
Yeah.
I believe, is this the first one that's all? No, there's still heirloom corn. I was like, they're close to producing 1 bottle all themselves, right? Or have they already?
I believe, yeah. That's Matt Angler. Matt Angler is all their shit.
Is there? I do have, and then I didn't win it. Technically, Roxy won it.
No, I won it.
You won it? I
Jeff.
thought Mom did.
Nope.
No, you signed the barrel.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Collection is bigger than mine.
What?
Let me hold up.
Speaking,
I have this hooked up to like an app back here, but it's this weird like Chinese app to control it, and it logged me out and won't let me back in. So I can't light it up right now
Because of the wildfires.
because of the wildfires.
Yeah, just blame it on that stuff.
But
Yeah.
speaking of,
Chinese.
no, not something before that.
You're on a
My
roll,
whole
Rich.
point is we're getting ready to have a drop at Old Carter. So don't forget that, Jeff.
I know.
Which one are you going to get, 18 or 9, or 8 or 9?
Ten.
Or 9
I
or
think it's
10?
9 or 10, and they're
What you got?
they're technically
It's so close.
it's the same.
Do what?
They're the same proof, the same everything. So I was thinking I'd get the 10 because why not get the 10? That's what I'm shooting for. I mean, they basically double barreled a batch and put it in 2 because it's 267 bottles of each. So
Right.
they basically filled up 2 barrels with what they did with the batches and then released it that way. And it's like, it says, I mean, toffee and whatever. I mean, that one I don't think really matters.
I just bought a bottle of 19-year-old. 19-year, they put the 20 out. You got it probably.
Yeah, I do.
But I bought a bottle of 19-year-old Old Sport.
What's
It
that?
It's a
I
Old
was trying
Sport.
to zoom in on the shelf.
Oh,
What is that?
Tiny.
Old,
That's Mark's brand. I apologize, Randy. I shouldn't have interrupted you. Go ahead.
go on, you're telling it right. Go on and finish.
So when you and I and Randy and Christy and either Roxy or one of our friends were there, Old Sport is Mark's brand for some of the
Yeah.
barrels that are orphan barrels
yeah, I know Old Sport.
or things that he can't place. Go ahead.
Yeah, but
Well,
Randy,
what
that's
they are is they're-
you got the barrel pick from the guy in Wisconsin, right? The 19-year.
Correct. And
Yeah.
It's very, very, very good.
Yeah, so I'm glad because 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 I'm like he threw it out there and he's like, do you have anybody who'd be interested? Because he wasn't sure if he was gonna do that's the Mad Angler that Seth just showed that came with the Dead Man that I have.
Which I think you can just buy this bottle, right?
Yeah, it's the addendum, and that's their current. So what Dead Man is out of Ironfish is basically they made addendum, this Mad Angler from all the barrels, and what's left over, they basically made a 36 bottle batch of it. They put they didn't use full barrels. So they took what was left and put it, and they call it Dead Man because it's a dead barrel. There's nothing to do with it. So they do it, and then it's a 36 bottle release that they put with the addendum that they made, and people just go crazy for it. And it was.
Are their age statements pretty young?
No, they're 10 years.
13? Oh. Or 12?
Do you guys like hot whiskey? Do you guys like high proof?
This is 12 barrels. Made from 12 barrels.
Since you guys are talking fish, bourbon, and whiskeys, you
Oh.
guys get walleye run anywhere out there?
No.
Yeah,
I don't.
Well, I run on my shelf. I had some tonight.
Pretty good. I've never tried.
Depends on which one you get. This one was a cigar blend. It actually was not up to my standard.
CT.
But with some time, it might be better. It's basically Dragon's Milk. Same company.
Can we drink this CT yet?
Cigar batch?
Yeah.
I need to have an ice cube real quick.
Have they released
What's
it?
the drawback? Which one are you showing?
It should be.
Because
cigar bag, which
it's called
we have
Cigar Cut, and it's called Punch Cut, right?
Yeah,
that's probably good.
It's
Yeah, but Middle West. This is Middle West now.
Yeah.
Right, the new stuff. Right.
Yes. So the new stuff does not have whatchamacallit signature on the labels. So
Yeah,
that's
Greg's.
Right now, Tiny, I'm curious. I love Old Elk. A lot of their expressions.
Well, you're gonna really love it because what they're gonna do to it is gonna be on a level that's different. I mean, they have the right people blending. Greg Metz he came and visited before they bought it and gave them the thumbs up.
Hey, I gotta fix something in your vocabulary while we're on this subject of Greg's. Greg is Snyder, not Schneider. There's no CH in his name.
Who says that?
Like Snyder.
Where did we get that? Where is
You
it?
say his
Schneider?
name, Schneider every time. It's Snyder.
You know what?
Thank you.
No, I don't give a shit what you say. I'm still gonna say it, Greg Schneider. It's just what I'm gonna say.
Why don't you ask him what his name is and see what he says?
No, I'm not gonna. Greg's been fine with it forever. I've known Greg before y'all did.
He's a dude.
That's a fact.
That doesn't matter. Say his name right.
Oh, fuck you, John.
Yeah, I'll see you Saturday, Teddy. I'll take you up on that.
We can't expect you to know you're from Wisconsin.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That was below the belt.
That's okay.
It was right where it should have been.
And you
That's
guys
hilarious.
wondered all this time why I stayed on.
What?
That's right, Chris.
You just were going. How the hell do you bring that up now? I mean,
You said Greg, and it was like I had to say it. It's one of those things that's been in the back of my head pecking me for the past 6 months.
And you had enough on Tuesday. That was the thing. That was
I was done.
He's
It's like
spelling it wrong, Tiny.
the volcano blew up.
Wow. No,
That's funny, dude.
We're giving you 3 samples for your dad. These are all at 114 and less. So I have 2 at 114 and 1 at 113 proof. This should be a little bit less. It should be a little less gasoline, a little bit more sweet.
Seth, Walker's talking to you. Say that again. Say that again, Walker.
No problem. Now I'm going to send you 3 samples for your dad of Augusta stuff. All of them are 114 and below. 2 of them are 114, 113. So you're going to get a little less gasoline, a little more sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
A little more Jesus Christ and a little less rock and roll.
Maybe. That depends on you. That kind of depends on you. I kind of get, and guys, tell me if I'm messed up here. This kind of tastes a little bit like an old quarter for me.
10? I'll try the 10. Okay.
10. So
is yours the same as mine?
I don't know. This is the staff pick from when we were there. I'm not sure if you picked this one up.
I
You
did.
picked up the 13 or the 17.
108.7?
No.
108.
Seth, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is a 17, 111 proof. If you want to come down and visit me, you can have that, or you can have
And
this 17,
Oh, this 17 or this
Off the
17?
shelf.
or this 17,
You got to go to Tennessee, though.
or this 13, whatever it is.
I got a cavity too.
I mean,
so.
for God's
And I can
sakes,
say, hey,
Two for
I can
one.
get your cavities fixed cheap at the school.
yes, you could. No, Randy will get your cavity. I would trust Randy to do anything
Yeah.
as far as dentistry. But I will tell you, Randy bought a house in Tennessee, and right now he's in the room above your garage, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then he put in metal shelves. So it's like a stock shelf of in the back room of a liquor store.
Whiskey hat. Yes. You want to take a quick look, Seth? You hadn't seen this yet, have you?
I don't think I have.
Give me just a second.
Seth, the 17 is good, but most people argue the 13 I gave you is the
You see
best
that?
expression. Look at that. Heaven's door.
So when are you leaving the Total Wine and going to the?
It should be on the outside of his door, but
Can y'all see this, Seth?
We all can see it.
2040, there's 60 grand. 65.
I mean, hell, I know where to go if I ready to fuel a jet plane.
There's 85 grand.
You need to sit down.
100.
you don't have enough Blantons.
Yeah, but that
Oh,
that
the middle shelf. The middle shelf. You can't-
yeah, but the top is what is like his mad scientist shit right there. That's what he's drinking.
Oh, no, I ain't even got to my mad scientist stuff.
Still
Yeah.
in the box.
This still is back there.
Son of a bitch.
Look at the dark art. That's like a dark art 40 deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got 3 of them. I'm happy.
That's like the daily come home with 4 and 6 bottles. I love it.
Yeah,
Do
because
you, like, should you have a deal with your local?
no, he's got to deal with his wife that he has to sell 20%.
Yeah.
Well, that's
There's-
great.
there's a
just,
couple
just buy
boxes
an
back
extra.
there.
Yeah, just buy an extra 4 bottles of everything, and then boom.
So let's
Damn.
just be clear. This is not a mortgage payment on a house worth. This is a house worth.
Yeah.
This is a mortgage worth.
Yeah, what do you think is worth more, the garage that you're storing it in, or
Hey, Seth, you should go to dental school. That's all what this is. Yeah.
Clearly.
That's most of it.
The way he started is he just told his wife that's what he's using to numb the teeth.
Yeah, I think we better just to befriend a dentist. I mean,
I have.
Yeah, I did, and then also I got a few little bottles in here.
oh, just a few little. Okay, just a few.
Oh,
little.
that's the root canal room. So everything in there is 150 plus. I got it.
Well, these are things like this little bottle here.
Yeah. 20 years old.
I got that bottle.
House over Thanksgiving, Randy.
That bottle's right there. See it right there? It's in its box.
If you think this is impressive, you should see his tooth room.
He is the tooth fairy. He's the bourbon fairy.
Oh, and then I got this stuff over here that's not taken out of the boxes yet.
Yeah.
He's getting there.
Just got delivered.
But his tooth room doesn't need an electronic keypad.
Yeah.
Oh, they did not. Yeah, Walker, they didn't see that. I forgot to show them that. I actually had to use it to get in here because my wife had locked it.
Good for both of y'all.
Were you in the room when she did that?
No.
Okay.
Well,
If I'm in
you
the
get
room,
out
I've
if
got
that
a key
happens?
on the, I can undo it from this side.
Okay.
I think
I
if
was gonna
someone
say.
to steal
There
some
better be an
bottles.
escape in case something happens.
Yeah, the first sign would be the semi truck pulling up in your driveway. That'd be the first sign you're having a break in.
Randy, you got a fire extinguisher up there?
Yeah. Or 8.
Just get super nasty down
My
there.
my son was just talking about if we had a basement fire. We had a basement fire in 2004 that was able to be put out. He said if you have a basement fire now, there's no putting out the fire.
Just say goodbye to the neighborhood at that
Out
point.
was
Well, it's gonna look
Yeah,
like the
why
smoke
not?
outside, so.
When I was in Florida, I had 99% of the stuff there, but I also stored about 6,000 rounds of ammunition at the same time.
Oh, jeez.
That's it? Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump that shit up.
Well, no, that's enough. That was all a gift.
I'm kidding you, Randy.
Those are all gifts.
Gee,
Shut
you
up.
got a humidor behind you, brother? Huh?
That didn't count my.
He was he was talking about ammunition, not bourbon. You've already
No, I'm
pumped your
looking at-
shit up, Randy.
I'm looking over CT's right shoulder. Is that your you got a humidor, buddy?
Oh yeah, that's my refrigerator turned humidor.
I love it, man.
Cool.
So this is
So you used to keep energy drinks in there, and now you keep cigars?
Actually, I just had it at the shop using it for whatever humidor. Then I found out, that you can
Walker, I
make a
can't make
humidor
that big.
with them, and it keeps the humidity right at 68, 69%. I don't plug it in, and I can store hundreds of cigars in it. So
Got it, Walker. Thanks.
Are you a punch guy or are you a freaking flip guy then?
I am a punch cut by
Yep.
that's my favorite way.
Yep, me too. I'll take 5 minutes.
Y'all are so friggin'.
There's an
Y'all are so friggin' young.
I'm a caper dry guy.
I'm a bite the tip off guy.
okay. You knew that when you met me. You knew I was young when you met me.
Talk to Jeff.
Caper dry.
Randy, I had a cigar the other day somebody gave me that was a twisted end, and that's exactly what it was. Bite it off.
Cool.
Yeah. This is the bottle that apparently 20 million people have seen me fill.
Oh yeah.
21 million.
Yeah.
Your
Where
famous
is that? On YouTube? On Scotchy?
On
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah, on
absolutely.
YouTube. He's got the number one video I've ever had on YouTube.
Does he not
The-
have his pants on, or what's going on?
No, he
21
touched.
million, that's a
I
lot.
told him to touch the end of the thief. I said, touch it.
God.
And people like freak out and tell me it's not common sense. So the argument has been, and then in November when it was a year and it was sitting at 18 million, it kind of died out, but it's come back to life. Another 3 million recently. It's nuts.
All it takes is touching the tip.
So today is our 6-year anniversary of being on YouTube, which I've had 76 million views on YouTube
I saw that.
in 6, but I really have only been doing it for 3 years. So that's
Yeah.
the first 3 years I was like trying to get, I remember I was like trying to go from 200 to 400 subscribers, and then all of a sudden it started to go and everything, and now it's like I'm still amazed that we got 76,200 and climbing, and for a while it went,
That's awesome.
it dropped down to like it was going to go below 75,000, but it went up. Now it's going up on a daily basis. But I look at other people on there, and 76,000 is legit.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
That's
That's
a bunch.
that's what Garrison Brothers told me because I to vet you before they would come on. And they said, he's got 75,000. He's legit. We'll go on and do that. I actually talked to Dan yesterday. I don't know if y'all know it. They closed the distillery today because of all the floods in Texas.
Oh, it's been horrible down there.
They should be.
I talked to him yesterday to make sure he was okay. And he and his family were, but they end up closing the
They
distillery
should be closing
today.
distilleries because of the freaking smoke up here. It's crazy.
You are legit. I've got 6. I got 6.
I will tell you, Kirk, you write. I'm jealous. What you wrote about. Now you don't use AI, right? You write it.
No, well, I do a little bit for punctuation and spelling.
Okay, that's fine. But what you wrote about 4 branches was solid, and I shared that shit. And you know, yeah, you're writing. I have no writing talent. That's why that's why I do podcasts and video and shit, because they're
look funny drinking bourbon, reading a book, and telling my stories over a freaking pod.
I'll never forget my mother-in-law. Once AI started coming, and I would write my posts and then run them through AI, say write it better, and it's like she's like, Jeff's posts are so much better, and I'm just like, it's just like, yeah, I don't sound like a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
I read Kirk's stuff, and I think he should be a college English professor. He can friggin' write like nobody's.
Yeah, you're right.
I appreciate that. My English teacher's name, and I always affectionately greeted her every morning. It was Mrs. Fagerstrom. We had a special connection.
Hey, Seth.
And it's still there.
Who was your English teacher?
Mine was Mrs. Block.
I don't know.
See,
I can't tell you.
I can tell you, mine was Mrs. Urban.
Yeah.
7th grade English teacher. I wrote a short story, and she sent it in, and then she told me, if you learn how to punctuate and you know, diagram sentences and everything, you're going to be a really good writer. Never learned how to do that.
I never had anybody tell me that. They all said study math.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yes.
are we still on? Are we still live, guys?
Yeah, we are definitely still
I
live.
assume we are. Okay. Chris, after we get not live, I'll tell you a cigar story.
All right, we can
I'm
go.
going to bed, so
We could go not live right now.
Not live for me to tell it.
All right.
Oh,
Hey, everybody. Good night on Facebook. I'm going to stop
Are you
that.
in the Oval Office?
Is it all right for me to hear? I'm only 27.
You can hear it. That's not the point.
All right, there. I'm going to, the Facebook, I mean, hey, CT.
Monica Lewinsky or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or that.
All right. Good night, YouTube.
Clinton signed it.
I was on Little St. James.